Living on the double E, in the sunshine of her life. There's a ready young filly, but Mom and Daddy won't let her leave. Mom and Papa won't let her go. But when they go out dancing.
So I'm going to turn my headlamp on here since I still haven't really got my lighting sorted out. So what I have here is some mushrooms and some, what else? Nasty little units. Alright, so here we have an onion cut up, and some mushroom, and some cheese, and some sprouts. And in the pan, a big heaping pile of butter. And I'm going to use Greek signature spice mix. And lots of it. This is very, very important in this meal. Don't go easy on that stuff. So, here we go, melting down the butter, and I'm just going to add all of this except for the cheese, of course, and then I am going to fry that up relatively slowly, and I'm going to put a ton of that Greek spice in there. The butter and the spice together are just epic, and they will spice up those sprouts to something that's actually palatable. After that, I'm just going to boil up some water and throw this veggie noodle pack in. And I do have some spinach that I'm going to add to that later on. And then very last will be the cheese. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, we're back at it here. So I have just lit this pot, got my noodles in there, got the spice in there, which is backwards from the instructions, but seems to work great for me. And I am now stirring our onions, mushrooms, and sprouts, and I'm about to add a little bit of Greek seasoning to this. Just a little tiny bit of Greek seasoning to this. Maybe a lot. But there's lots and lots of butter in there. So because the bus is on a slight angle tonight, I'm going to have to keep rotating this pan so that everybody gets a fair share in this pan here of the puddle of butter that's floating around in there. And going to continue stirring that, and I will add yet even more. Now I've got this on a bit of a high heat. And the reason for that is a friend of mine who has quite a taste for browned butter. It's kind of tuned me in on actually adding more butter to these dishes and letting it burn just slightly. Creating a wonderful flavor. So I've actually been doing that quite a bit lately. And so the combination of the browned butter, slightly burned butter, with massive amounts of spice is what a incredible flavor comes of that. It is quite impressive, and I am actually addicted to it. So to any butter naysayers, just look the other way. I'm sorry, but I'm actually going to add some more butter to this, because these ingredients aren't actually drowning in the butter yet. Yeah, it's going to be even more. Ooh, and our noodles are now boiling, which is good. Yeah, I'm gonna add a fair amount more butter to this. So here's my butter. Oh yeah, that's it. Boom. And I would never previously ever use this much butter in my cooking, but I am a true convert at this point. And away she goes. So I'm just going to continue to fry this for a little while. Actually, I might even turn up the heat a little bit more. I think we get a little bit more to put. There we go. Add a little bit more heat to that. And yeah, these guys seem to be going pretty good. I'm sure none of my viewers ever have not made a pot of Mr. Noodles at some point, or like everybody likes to call them now, ramen noodles. There they go. Probably almost done, actually. I don't like to overdo these at all. I like to make sure that doesn't happen. And I would say that this situation is pretty darn close to done, but I'm just going to let it go a little bit longer. And we'll cut. Alright, so here we have it. The noodles are done. I'm just going to add the spinach in there now. And as much as I can with one hand. Give that a stir. And that'll soften up that spinach nicely. And I find with this meal, like, I love meat. I'm not vegetarian, but there is no meat in this meal, and there is no place for meat in this meal, which is something I normally don't ever say, but I absolutely love this meal without meat. And I'm going to go ahead and say that this is done. That handle's actually really, really hot. Yeah. Okay, I can't even touch that at this point, so I'm going to have to let that cool off a little bit. And then this will be going in there. And right after that, my cheese. And that's going to be a mess to clean up after, because that cheese is going to get everywhere. But man, is it ever going to be good. Alright, so in went sprouts, onions, mushrooms, and loads of Greek spice and browned butter. The aforementioned friend turned me on to that. Thank you, Heather. It seems to be making everything taste much better than it used to. And here goes the cheese. I just had this cheese lying around. And I got it on sale. It was a huge block of cheese. And if I don't use it, then I'm going to lose it. So it's just going to go in here as well. And I don't know. I can't see cheese just spoiling just about anything. So there you go. That's going to melt in there quite nicely and soften up. And be nice to have some cheese curds in there, actually, if you got them. Anyway, that's it. That's 12-volt diary ramen noodle bowl. All right, and served right out of the pot. I'm not going to plate that or put it in a bowl. And that's it. Good night, all.
When the red light shines on the streets of hate, where the devil dines, who knows what he ate? It's a simple thing, trying to stay afloat. The captain said, without his boat